Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about the two kinds of doomed lifters, the Fulker and the UnderBulker. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. If you need coaching, check out the link down below. And don't forget, every Friday I'm here on Massive Iron Live at 11 a.m. Eastern answering your questions. All right. Are you doomed? Sounds pretty dramatic, right? But there are two types of doomed lifters, the UnderBulker and the Fulker. The Fulker and the UnderBulker. Are you a Fulker? Are you an UnderBulker? We're about to find out. So what is a Fulker? A Fulker is a fat bulker, someone that gets on a bulk, meaning to gain muscle, and they aggressively overeat, maybe on purpose, not on purpose. They have the freedom to eat a little bit more, so they're stuffing more pizza in their pie hole or drinking a little bit too much on the weekend. And instead of having a controlled bulk, they really start to gain weight rapidly. Now, what is a controlled bulk? What is a reasonable bulk? Well, a reasonable bulk in the massive iron world is we try to gain about 10 pounds over 3, 4, 5 months. We try to do a controlled, reasonable bulk. This is a reasonable rate of weight gain. Once we hit 10 pounds, then we reassess. Do we want to gain another 5 pounds or do we want to do a mini cut? And a lot of times after 4 or 5 months, we'll do a mini cut of 10 pounds. So we'll gain 10 pounds during the bulk. We'll lose about 10 pounds during the cut. This brings us back after about 5 or 6 months to the same weight, but we're in a little bit better position, body composition wise. Very controlled, very intelligent, and very meticulous. Now, what happens with a Fulker or a fat bulker is they'll start out reasonably okay, right? They're on their bulk and they're doing okay, and then they have kind of a sloppy weekend because their team's playing on Sunday, and I just overate a little bit, and then the next weekend it's the same thing, and before you know it, they're up like 6 or 7 pounds after 2 weeks. So we have the come to Jesus talk like, hey, look, you got to slow things down. You got to control the calories. You're going to be out of control. Things are just moving too quickly. And before you know it, we're up like 15 pounds after like 4 weeks, and things are really into fat bulking territory. The lifter will start to panic. They've only had about 3.5 weeks of productive training on their new bulking phase, and they'll want to lose weight. Their jeans get tight and they're starting to panic. They jump back into a cut. Things go slow because they wanted to bulk, but now they can't bulk, so they're back in a cut and they're getting frustrated, and then they drag the damn cut out for 3 months. This is kind of the unhealthy pattern of the fat bulker. They have no self-control on the bulk. They eat like a big old piggy, and then they're forever either on maintenance level or on a cut. They never spend quality amount of time in a bulk. By using a controlled bulk where you're gaining about 10 pounds over 3, 4, 5 months, you get to stay in a calorie surplus at least 10 months out of the year, which is a beautiful thing. And we do a couple mini cuts during the year, and you end up around the same weight with better body composition. Not complicated, but it requires a lot of discipline. Now let's talk about the other lifter that is doomed, the UnderBulker. The UnderBulker is paranoid about weight gain. Maybe they weigh 145 pounds or 155 pounds, or maybe they just lost 100 pounds and they're down around 160, 170, 180. They just went through a dramatic weight loss period, and they're afraid of getting fat. They're afraid of the muscle building process. They're afraid of that scale number moving at all. What happens with the UnderBulker is they become infatuated with a random scale number to the point where they're hesitant to gain any weight at all. And this is shutting off or turning off the valve on muscle building. They become so super paranoid and so super fixated on a number on the scale that they just can't mentally allow it to budge. And every little extra calorie they think's immediately turning into fat. They've lost all control of rational thought, and they're just living in this chaotic world where all they're going to do is get fat. I see this quite a bit with guys that are on a little bit on the lighter end of the spectrum. They're afraid to lose some of their leanness, or they just worked hard to lose a lot of weight, and they're afraid that they're going to gain it back, to the point where they never allow themselves to open the door to quality body recomposition. Now, what can we learn from the Fulker and the UnderBulker? What we can learn is that the best way to body recomposition, to putting on more mass and losing weight, is to focus on one thing at a time and do it really, really well. We're either going to focus on a period of bulking and do it really well, or we're going to do a quick mini cut and do it really well, really efficiently. Now, when it comes to bulking and cutting, I use this rule, and I've talked about this a lot. If you can't execute a quick 10-pound cut efficiently, you have no business bulking. If you can't get in and get out with a 10-pound cut, you shouldn't be bulking, because if you go over on your bulk 10, 15, 20 pounds, you need to be able to reel it in and nail a cut, or else you're going to live in that maintenance stage where you're never gaining anything. On the other hand, if you can't execute a 10-pound bulk, you're screwed. You're going to make muscle building 100 times harder than it has to be. Now, as an end cap, there are folks out there that are fixated on maintaining. They're fixated on staying at the same number on the scale, like that's some sort of a magic number. If you speak to any reasonable trainer, any reputable trainer, what do they always say? Don't worry about the number on the scale. Worry about how you look in the mirror. If you are going to be one of these guys, one of these girls that's fixated on a number on the scale to the point where you just want to maintain and never leave that number, you're not opening the door to amazing body recomposition and allowing yourself to build quality muscle. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.